Nobody has told you before, but your planning life, it's an illusion. The idea that you can control the outcome and that you know exactly how your life is going to look like, it's a big, big illusion. Most of people think that there's going to be one day where they build that business and everything's going to work out, where they find that person and finally the vision that they had for their life is going to become a reality and everything will flow from that moment on. When they move to a different place and they win the lottery, and from then on, everything is going to make sense. And I'm so sorry to break it down for you, but there's nothing farther from the truth. That's not going to happen. And it's probably one of the reasons why you're so stuck, or you're so frustrated. And it certainly was one of the reasons why I felt I was never where I wanted to be, that I was never truly embodying my potential, because I had this idea of exactly how my life is going to look like. I knew where I was supposed to be at this age. I knew the color of the house, the color of the car, the color of the hair of my kids, the amount of people in my company. And let me tell you that it's very far from my reality right now. And even though it is, I love my life so much and I wouldn't change it for anything. The one thing you can control is how you show up. Because you have a direction. Here's what I want you to know. It's not that I'm telling you to be pessimistic. Probably that idea that you have about your life is not exactly how it's going to happen, but I'm here to tell you that it can be even better if you let go of the control of how it has to be. It's just you changing to a frequency of appreciation. And let me explain to you what I mean by this. You are headed in a direction that you know it's expansive, it's abundance, it's health, it's impact, it's richness of life, deliciousness in your experiences, connections, deep love, deep joy. But that's the frequency of that vision more than a structure of how it has to look. When you're headed to a direction where you have never been before, and I'm talking about higher levels of abundance, more money, deeper levels of emotional connection, higher levels of impact, growth and expansion in your business, sharing your voice in ways that reaches thousands, hundreds, millions of people. When you're going to a place where you have never been before, you need to accept that you don't know the way how to get there. You don't know the path. And there might be other people that know the path, that are in that place where you want to head, but they don't know your path. So they are very important to give you the tools for you to create your own, but nobody has walked that. So instead of you thinking, how can I get there, and trying to rationalize it and trying to make a billion structures and plans that you don't follow anyway, the question is, who's the version of me who's already living there? What is it that I'm embodying? How is it that I show up when all of this is a reality for me? There's a big difference between gratitude and appreciation. Have you ever given a gift to someone and they can be very grateful in the moment and they seem like they are excited, but they never use it again, and then you don't feel like you want to give them anything because you know that they are keeping it somewhere else and they just forgot about it? Maybe they were wanting that thing for years and they were talking about it and they were really excited, but the moment in which they receive it, they forget about it. That is the difference to the frequency that we manifest from. Instead of gratitude as just feeling like that warmth in your heart and, oh, thank you for this new thing that came into my life, appreciation means that you can see that for what it is. Gratitude is, oh, I'm happy that I got this job that I prayed for all these months, and then a month later you are, I'm so exhausted and I don't want this anymore. Appreciation means I'm so grateful for the opportunity to get to know myself at a higher level of my potential. I'm so grateful and I'm in such an awe for the opportunity that this job is bringing into my life, that as an act of reference, I'm showing up as my best self here. You can be very grateful for a person that show up in your life, and then you take her or you take him for granted and you forget about them. That is gratitude. But appreciation means every single day I want to get to know you. I want to get to know who you are. I want to get to know myself through you. You can be grateful for the food in your home, but you can be grateful for your body, but how are you taking care of it? Can you see the difference? Appreciation means how embodied and in connection I am with the reality that surrounds me. And I'm telling you that if you connect with that, there's no way you're not headed in the direction that you want. This is the shift that I have had this year. Many of my friends, well, I have always been very proud to have a great vision and to consider myself a visionary, because I am, and I'm a very I forgot the word. I'm a very ambitious woman. I love that. I want it all. I want the richness of it all. And if you have been following in my other videos, you know that if God is incarnated itself through me, why would I limit God to experience the best of life? But I had the realization that all of the plans that I had were just in my mind, and that was something that I couldn't control. Now, when a friend asked me, hey, what's your big plan now and where are you headed in life? I realized that I'm at the happiest I have been with my life, and I'm enjoying my routine so much that the thing that I look forward to the most is my day-to-day routine. So instead of something grandiose that happens to you at some moment in life, the moment when you win the lottery, I'm telling you, being in ownership of your routine is the shortcut to get wherever you want to get. And I have seen so many cases of my students in the mentorship where they thought they wanted this incredible outcome to come, and now that they're applying the routine, they're feeling happier now, because before it was, oh, I get the next thing, I feel happy for a day, and then I'm in search for the next thing and the next thing. Now they're living such a powerful life, and also the things that they wanted and were taking them so long, those things are coming to them because they are becoming so magnetic, because they are in alignment with that version of them, with that frequency of those things. A friend of mine was telling me about a concept named animistic is the word, and it's the recognition that everything around you has a soul, that everything around you has a purpose, and that everything around you has a frequency. The easiest way to manifest anything is normalizing it. You manifest that what you normalize. Anything that you have up there in a pedestal, anything that you are praying and that you're really wanting, and that vision that you have of something that's going to come to save you in your life, you are putting separation on them. The energy of wanting, the energy of needing, is the energy of not having. The energy of appreciation is not only the energy of coherence and alignment, but it's also the energy of enjoyment of the thing, devotion of the thing, experiencing through the thing. Does it make sense? So this is the shift that will manifest the reality that you want. Stop thinking that a miracle is going to show up, and start creating miracles every day from your routine. And what am I talking about when I talk about your routine? Meditation, making sure that you connect every day, and you can see in my channel all the ways in which you can connect deeper, making sure that you get into that frequency. Movement. In my personal life, every single day I meditate, I move, I work out, I work on my personal brand as an untangling of my mind, as my way of service, as my way of sharing, because I also study a lot and I go deep into research of humankind and human consciousness and the things that light me up. And I enter that research from such a curious state, in a state in which I'm so in love with our capacity to be humans, that then I cannot help but share with you that what I have learned. I cannot help. It's before, when I used to think I want to create a personal brand and I'm going to make a video a day and I'm going to have this structure and this has to be the hook, I would plan the things so many times and never do it. Now it's almost like something that pulls me, that there's no way that I don't do it, because the message needs to come out. And it goes out because I'm not, as I let go of the idea of this brand that I'm creating and it's super be perfect and this is the plan, I'm also detached from the result. So I'm letting go of the pressure on a video that I'm sharing here. And the more that I let go of that pleasure, of that pressure, the more my video expands and it gets to the right ears in the right time, because I don't have a thing that I'm reading and I don't have a thing that I'm following. Sometimes I do have some ideas that I know that I don't want to miss, but it's such a unstructured way to share. My structure is on my routine, and when my structure is grounded and it's firm in that routine, then I can flow and I can enter that flow state where inspiration comes and that gap between inspiration and action shortens. So what are the keys for you to create the reality that you desire? First, creating a routine, a blueprint of your life in which every day you show up in the frequency of who you will be if you were living right now in that reality that you want. Second, giving your plan to God, giving your plan to something greater than you. There's no way me or anybody else will tell you exactly where you will be a year from now, what you'll be doing, the people that is going to be in your life, the people that won't be there anymore. There's no one that knows. And there's a beauty of life and also the surprises of life. So the more that you can surrender and accept that your idea of control, it's an illusion, the more you'll receive miracles and let yourself be in awe of everything that is waiting for you if only you were to open your heart. And an aspect of that is becoming magnetic to the things that are only in your field. The place that you do have control over is your frequency, your thoughts, your mindset, the way that you show up. I know that if I show up every day from a place of love, appreciation, gratitude, connection, my electromagnetic field is expanding so much that I become magnetic to everything that I want. And it's not that I'm trusting something out there or the circumstances to align my way. I am trusting my frequency because I know everything that comes to me can only come if it is aligned with the frequency that I'm emanating. And that's what I'm in charge of, to get in that frequency every single day. So what we do in the mentorship, when people ask me like, oh, what is this about? It's so hard for me to share because it's not a specific, oh, A to B to C to, because it's about life. It's something that you cannot even understand from the mind, but that you experience in your life. So many of my students tell me, Eli, now I know what you were speaking about. It's almost like a tasteless world and a tasteless life, full of control and being rigid and wanting to burnt out and doing everything from a place of effort and hard work to a place of presence, and life becomes tasteful, delicious, aliveness, a place of flow, a place of non-resistance. And don't get me wrong, there are many things that show up and there are many challenges in our life. So much so, I will say there are more challenges now that I face when I'm in this vibration than when I was there before. When I had my plan, when I thought I could control how my life was going to look like, because I want everything to be so perfect, I will think all the time, I'm not ready yet. I'm going to wait until it is the right time. I'm going to wait until I can do it right. And I will stay stuck in the same place because everything was so measured, every step, that if I failed in one, that would mean that I wouldn't have that result that I wanted. And now, because I have surrendered to a perfect plan that no matter what happens, my day is amazing. And if I keep having amazing days, I know that the only result possible is that I have an amazing life. I show up every day. I stretch in my identity. I can record the video, and it doesn't need to be perfect. I can do the things and the changes in my brand, and I have the collaborations, and I go out and I meet people, and I don't have an expectation, and I don't have an agenda. And that shortening between the inspiration and the action makes me even move forward faster. And that is the secret sauce in life, that this is something that you're building day by day in the relationship with yourself. You get in such an intimate relationship with yourself, or you're your best friend, where you act in your routine from a place of curiosity and getting to know who's the human that you are. And because you're so much in love with who you are, you want to give yourself the chance to experience an extraordinary life. And that's why we show up. So the core of this video is for you to understand that life is calling you to surrender. That life is calling you to stop being so stiff and let go of control. To stop being so hard on yourself and start connecting with your heart much more. To start living and stop planning so much. You know how long you have spent planning your life instead of living it? Now is the time when I tell you the best way that you can ensure the outcome that you want. It's start living and stop planning so much. Start appreciating even the things that you already earned in your life, the things that you already accomplished, and that's going to propel you further in life. And that's going to, the quantum jump that you're going to experience, I would love for everybody to get to experience what it is to feel so present and so grounded, where there's nothing you need, and in that place you get to have it all, from desire, but not from needing everything more than this perfect moment. You feel so fulfilled, you feel so free to choose, because you're not burdened by the weight of a person that you need to become, of a plan that needs to happen. You're so free to show up, and then you show up as your perfect self. You have an upgrade as a human Pro Max. And if you want to know more about this, let's talk about also the mentorship. This is a space in which we collectively, with a group and in our sessions one-on-one, get together to help you enter every single day the zone, and a space in your frequency where you feel you can download information, where you feel you have clarity of action, where you feel you have confidence in yourself, where you feel this love for you and the love for everything. We work on your biochemistry, we work on your mindset, we work on your frequency and your flow state. And there's nothing in my life that I have tried. I have worked with plant medicine, I have worked with hypnosis, I have worked with psychologists and all the types of therapy that you want. And there are good breakthroughs and good things to know, but the only thing that I know can change your life for the best, it's making it a lifestyle. The breakthrough happens every day, and it maybe doesn't sound as exciting to have a routine instead of having an angel that comes down and solves your life for you. But let me tell you that living like this, it's a miracle, and it's the closest you're going to be to heaven. Find me on Instagram as @elizabethramirez.co, and I love having you here. I want you to know that this is possible for you as well.